All right, good morning, everyone. The journey to FUNGUO started with the launch of RFA, where we awarded 2.6 billion shillings to 26 investees. This was back in June 2022. With these 26 investees, they spread different sectors, also different regions in Tanzania. When you look at that, the portfolio distribution of what we got in Cohort 1, we managed to get 26 investees from 18 regions in Tanzania, spanning from Zanzibar to Mwanza and even Simiyu. These investees, they operate in what we call 12 subsectors. So, for example, there are companies that they operate in what we call a gig economy. This is a subsector that we had to coin to fit into the description of the business that they do. But out of those 12 subsectors, we noticed that around 34% of the portfolios, they're coming from the agriculture value chain. And that is a reflection of where the economy of the Tanzania is, what drives the growth, what drives the impact. And that wasn't a surprise to us. But more important, we also noticed that in terms of gender distribution, we noticed 15% were what we call female-led, female-founded business. In Cohort 1, we do not have a threshold that we require to have a particular number of female-owned, female-led business, but by sheer efficiency of the women that we have in the country, that we are able to tap in 15% of them. Also, it's not surprising to see that 62% of the portfolio was made up of companies from Dar es Salaam. That's also a testament of where the region with the highest most economic activities, but also opportunities, exposure to these services, to business supporting services, and also the entrepreneurship spirit. We expect likely maybe in the next Cohort 2, Cohort 3, we'll start to see this number going down. That's showing that the business services that are coming into Tanzania, they're also spreading to other parts of the country, and therefore we have an equal spread of that innovative and entrepreneurship spirit. So in FUNGUO, what I want us to focus, what we call the input-output of the FUNGUO portfolio itself. Here we're talking about what came in, what that amount has done to the portfolio, what has those business become and achieved. So to run through these 5 categories that we're looking at, so the input-output metrics for the FUNGUO portfolio, they're focusing on the 5 categories, which talks about the fund injected, which is the catalytic grant that FUNGUO provided through our funders, the European Union. But also we look at the jobs created, as FUNGUO, it's not only about giving money, it's called it catalytic and also responsible grant, because we expect these companies and investees to be able to pay back the person giving the money. And these investees and these companies, they're paying back the funders in terms of the impact. So the low-hanging fruit, the number one impact we are looking at is the jobs that these companies are going to create. Because remember, the objective is to help these small businesses, innovative businesses, to be able to grow and create jobs so that they're able to hire their own people. That means more youth are being absorbed in these businesses. So job creation was one of the output that FUNGUO was expecting. Then another metric was the additional funding, because the objective of the catalytic grant, it's catalytic in nature that it should be able to help the company to raise that additional funding on top of what FUNGUO is giving in. So FUNGUO is just giving in a token to your business. Then businesses are supposed to grow such that they attract a commercial-oriented funding instrument or funding institution. They're able to invest with it. So with that, it's the whole phenomenon of unlocking investment potentials. So additional fund raised was also a metric that we looked at. Then the business growth. For FUNGUO, we directly looked at the growth percentage between the year that they came in and the year now that we are announcing the second cohort. So that's the growth is determined basically here on revenue base. We asked these investees, what is your revenue growth on year-on-year basis comparison, and what you see on that screen is an average of all 26 investees. So there are outliers that have grown beyond 100%, There are those who grown around 30%, others 60%. So the figure you see, it's what we call an average. And then the other metric in terms of business growth, it's partnerships. We all understand that money alone, it's not enough for businesses to grow. So to do, as part of growth, sometimes you need partnerships more than money. So partnerships are also very important in determining that whether these businesses are growing compared to the point that you are onboarding on the FUNGUO portfolio and where they are now. So over the course of 1 year of managing the FUNGUO portfolio, we noticed that there is around 250 partnerships have been formed. So where are we now? So as to date, is 2.6 billion was injected as grants. 340 jobs were created. Of these jobs, there are 3,400 jobs were created. Of these jobs, there are direct jobs and indirect jobs. Then additional fundraise. When we say fundraised, here we are talking about capital that has been raised consequent after FUNGUO. So here we looked at three metrics. Investees, they raise funds in terms of grants, equity, instruments, and also debt. So combination of that as of today is around 1.28 billion. But I'm also happy to report that this is just amount that has been already been signed and confirmed as of date. However, we are aware other companies that they're in the final negotiation stages with other funders. I know people are talking with Develop PP for matching grant. I know people are talking with Renew Capital for equity-oriented facilities. So possibly by the time we are coming here to report on the media report with our funders, regulators, and organizations, this figure, it's more likely to double by that time. So raising fund is a process. So we understand why are we here at 1.28, and we understand why we might even surpass the double of this figure in the coming year. And I said business growth for 20% is an average, and 250 partnerships have been created. Deep diving on specific categories. On the job creation, how does that space looks like? So what we noticed, the companies that created the most jobs, the target when we were launching Cohort and FUNGUO was to create 2,300 jobs from this portfolio. And this figure came from the agreement between the program and the investees. And that was the target from their baseline they had, and that's the target we agreed. But today we are here reporting 3,400 jobs. Now, where did these jobs come from? 30% of the jobs created within the FUNGUO program, they came from what we call a platform and gig economy investees. Here we look at the companies that are dealing with Toolboxy, which deals with technicians, FixSharp, and Kiafrica. So there are more jobs created here, direct and indirect, as the delivery person is a job created. When you look at the technician that goes to fix something to a client, that's a job created. So the FUNGUO funding, these companies were able to expand their business, to hire more people, to provide more job opportunities to the mid-skill individuals in Tanzania. Then the recycling space, we had two companies in that space, and this is very interesting because one operates in Mwanza, Somabex, where they make school bags using recycled cement bags, and other it's Eco Act Tanzania that they recycle plastic to make plastic timber. These companies were able to expand their businesses. That means they got more people to collect the waste, but also because they had much bigger machines, they required more people to do the processing. We noticed these only two, they contributed 20% of the jobs created. Then agriculture, as expected, it's still up there also on its own, creating 20% of jobs. Basically, the biggest company was Tanzania International Big Company, as it has inclusive economy, inclusive business model in how they source their honey, and also how the extension services they provide to the farmers all over Tanzania. And then the other sectors, such as Blue Economy, where we had two companies operating in Mwanza, then the others also operating in manufacturing. So in a nutshell, that's the job distribution of the FUNGUO portfolio as we stand right now. Moving ahead, when you look at the additional fund raised, now where does this money come from? I've highlighted the list 6 companies there on the board, not saying that others not raise money, but these are the 6 tenders that you could pick. We noticed Artifoc Aponics based in Zanzibar. They raised about 400 million shillings in equity and grants together. They had an equity investor, They had an equity investor in Zanzibar that injected the initial capital, and that's where the matching grant also came in to match the equity that was invested. Then Shireki Ganjani, they raised over 90 million shillings in grants as we speak today, but also we are aware they are also in advanced negotiations with an equity investor based in North America. Then Plant Bow Defender, that has been reported today, they've raised 400 million. I know there are other equity investors in the pipeline, about $125,000. They're working on that figure to be concluded. Then Rosho also has been on the fundraising marathon. There are this in the pipeline, but 300 million has been raised. And Aquacom, the company into blue economy. Then on the partnerships, this is the most interesting part also, as we notice other businesses, they grow very fast based on the partnership they are formed. We reported 250 partnerships were formed. A quick highlight, we could see that GasFaster had a partnership with Vodacom that allows people to buy cooking gas via M-Pesa and Vodacom platforms. Safari Wallet had partnership with payment aggregators that international tourists are able to tap into services provided by Safari Wallet and pay online. Rosho formed 2 partnerships with airlines, Auric Air and Flightlink. This provided in-flight snack. I think with time they should be able to advance to the giant operators of ATC and Precision in Tanzania. EcoAct, they've done work with TANROADS Tanzania, where they are making they're replacing the steel pipe for the road signs with the plastic poles, which is also effective as the steel pipes they do collude and also get stolen. Then Fixed Sharp, this was they forged a partnership through an EU event where they met a foreign company, and they're able now to be their in-country suppliers of their water purifier. So in a nutshell, those are the few that we could pick, but overall there are others that they're formed with government organizations, with international multilateral and multinational companies, and also within themselves. Even with this cohort, we see partnerships are also being formed between investee and investee and another investee. So that's all we have in a nutshell of where FUNGUO portfolio is in terms of the journey for the past 1 year. Now, without wasting more time, since we've seen what this portfolio has achieved and done so far, I think it's only fair to also recognize a few of them that have stood out in different categories. And that's where we get into the session of investee recognition. So in this next session, we are going to recognize investees that have done well in the 5 categories that we have identified for this morning event. So the first category, we are going to identify investees that have done well in raising capital acquisition. Then we'll also look at the investees that have created more jobs. That's what we call a workforce expansion. And move to the third category, we'll look at the investees that what we call an industry excellence. Then operational optimization, and last we'll look at development impact of these investees they have created. So without wasting more time, I would like to transition to the recognition session, where in this session I will tell you the 3 investees in each category that were considered for that award, and then I'll also tell you the one that has been awarded. So to start with, we are going to start with category 1. The first category will be capital acquisition, where in this category, we are going to recognize companies that have demonstrated outstanding proficiency in fundraising and also securing additional investment for business growth. So to name a few, the three investees that are being considered in this category are active hydroponics, plant-borne vendors, and Sapocom Limited. Those are 3 nominees for this category.
To present the award to the winner of this category is the UNCDF Inclusive Digital Economy Country Lead, Ms. Ivana Damjanov Karibu-Sanat, on stage. We're going to ask you to move right to the middle of the stage. And the winner that's going to be selected, you will come on stage, shake the hand, and get your certificate.
So the winner in this category is active aquaponics. Hongera sana active. Unfortunately, active aquaponics could not be here with us today because they just received an invitation with the Ministry of Agriculture, Zanzibar, to do a presentation on how they can better the horticulture space in Zanzibar. So Joseph Manelakiza will represent Active. Thank you very much. Yes. Asante sana. So moving ahead to category number 2. Category number 2, we are looking at investees that are recognized for workforce expansion. Now, in this category, we are looking at those who have created jobs opportunity and professional growth. The recognition goes to the startup that significantly expanded the workforce. And the 3 nominees for this category are Yebi Health Limited, Fixchap Limited, and Tanzania International Big Company.
To present the award for this category is Ms. Eweyemi Omamuli, UNDP Senior Economic Advisor. Makofi kwake tafadhali.
Thank you. And the winner for this category is Fixchap Limited. Fixchap, first, congratulations.
Makofi kwa Fixchap.
We appreciate your commitment in the work of the passion. As we understand, this is not only about numbers, but also it's about empowering youth and promoting livelihood creation. Thank you very much. Thank you. So as we are celebrating these achievements, we reminded that the diverse part of the success. Let's proceed to the next category. And the third category, we are going to look at investees that have done well in the industry excellence. When we talk about industry excellence, here we are talking to startups that have collected the significant industry awards. Also, they are recognized and they also symbolizing the excellence in their field. The investees that have been considered for this prestigious category, number 1 is Life Plus Limited, number 2 is Sheria Kiganjani, and number 3 is Niajili Platforms.
To present the award for industry excellence is the Director of Business Environment Unit from the President's Office Planning and Investment, Mr. Baraka Aligaishi. Makofi kwake tafadhali.
Karibu sana Baraka. And to mention the winner for this category is Sheria Kiganjani Company Limited. Hongera sana Sheria Kiganjani. Congratulations, industry-wide recognition and excellence. We believe your achievements in the industry are a clear indication that how your business is innovative, but also as excellence in service and is being recognized by the wide industry of the business network. Hongera sana Sheria. Ladies and gentlemen, the recognition today not only celebrates success, but also inspires all of us to strive for excellence. So let's continue to our next category. And in this category, category number 4, which involves recognition for operational optimization. At FUNGUO, when we say operational optimization, we recognize a startup that has excelled in implementing effective operational improvements with a clear improvement of operations and efficiency before and after FUNGUO funding. For startups considered in this category, Somambegs Limited from Mwanza, Plant Body Defenders from Kilimanjaro, and EcoAct Tanzania from Dar es Salaam.
And to present the Operational Optimization Award is none other than the Director General for Tanzania ICT Commission, Mr. James Mkundwe. Makofi kwake tafadhali.
So after thorough review and verification, I'm here honored to announce that Plant Board Defender Limited is the winner in this category. Congratulations, Plant Board Defender. We believe optimizing operations for sustained success. We also acknowledge your focus on operational efficiency. It's a model for startups to striving in long-term success and also sustainability. Hongera sana. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, our final category this morning is category number 5. As we reflect in these startups on development and society progress, I'm happy to announce category number 5 as a category for development impact. Recognition for development impact is awarded to a startup with the most notable influence in creating positive societal change, focusing on combination of job creation, environmental conservation, as well as livelihood promotion. Vying for this award, there are 3 startups, namely Soma Bags Limited, Eco Act Tanzania Limited, and Sheria Kiganjani.
Okay, this is that moment when I think there are a lot of people looking at the screens and wondering, what's going on? But Waike, could you please talk to us about the nominees once more?
So the nominees for this category, they are Soma Bags Limited, Eco Act Limited, and Sheria Kiganjani. And the winner is Eco Act. I think the technology was way ahead of me.
All right.
The winner.
And to present this category is none other than Ambassador Christine Grau, EU Ambassador. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Eco Act to the stage. Makofi kwa Eco Act. A hand of applause.
Eco Act. Your work is a testament of power, but also it shows your commitment to contribute to the development of your innovative approach. You address environmental changes, but also you foster economic growth and welfare of the society. Hongera sana. Thank you very much. I think that wraps up the session of showcasing and recognition. Asanteni sana.